It's on Gull Lake in Alberta, and this is one of the campgrounds that we've gone to. We're not staying here this weekend. We're staying at Lakewood, but we have stayed at Brewers Campground numerous times, and so I thought since I was here, I should give you a tour, and we can do two. So there will be two different videos, but I am recording them both on the same day. Lakewood and Brewers Campground are next door. You can actually ride your bike from one campground to the other, which I'm going to show you in this video. It is the September long weekend in Alberta. The leaves are starting to fall on the ground. It's cool and crisp, hence why I'm in a sweater, because it feels like fall. Anyways, these campgrounds are gorgeous. I can't wait to show you the ins and outs of them and help you pick your next camping spot for your next camping trip. Hope you enjoy. Brewers Campground is located on the south shore of Gull Lake in Aspen Beach Provincial Park, approximately 29 kilometers northwest of Red Deer. It offers almost 300 campsites for both RVs and tents. There are 288 sites with power and 7 unserviced sites, both available between the dates of May 11th and September 25th. At the entrance, you're going to find the camp office where you register for the night, also can purchase firewood and your dumping pass, which is only $5 for everyone who's a campground resident. We're going to fast forward this part and take you directly to Loop A. Brewers Campground is a popular and busy campground throughout the summer. With no first come, first served sites at Brewers, those wishing to camp must reserve ahead of time. Due to its close proximity to Red Deer, Calgary, and Edmonton, it fills up fast on the weekends. So let's take a closer look at the sites in Loop A. On my right hand side, you're going to see the number 2 camping spot. Next to it is number 4, and right after that is number 6. You can see how deep these lots are. They have lots of trees around each campsite to give you protection. They're long and graveled, which are great for all of your RV needs. Look at how deep each of those sites are. There's a lot of space for each site and in between each site, which is something that I always look for at a campground. One of the reasons why I love Brewers is all the trees and how much privacy you can have. But look at all that space. These campsites are spread out, giving you ample room for all your needs and also privacy. Over here on your right hand side is where you can walk through the trees to get to the public showers, which are free. We'll see those later on in the video. And we're going to continue to go around this loop. So I'm going to speed this camera up a little bit as we drive by the rest of these sites, but you get a good idea of what each of them look like. We're going to come up here to the stop sign, take a right, and continue on to Loop B, which is the furthest loop away from the beach. Loop B has sites number 36 all the way to 84. It's a huge loop with lots of space. It does have water at the entrance and also halfway through the loop. The first site that we're looking at right now is site number 36. Right next to it is site number 37. These have ample amount of trees. There's some that have thicker trees around them and others not so much. As we get a little bit closer, we're going to reach sites 41 and 43. In between 43 and 44, there is a walking path that's going to take you to a public playground. As we look through the trees right there, there's that playground that is accessible for all the kids to play at in the area. This is site 63. The next one is site 64. At the furthest west part of the campground and this loop, you're going to find one of the public washroom areas. Site 72 all the way to site 83 are the one in Loop B that are the closest to Highway 12A. Now it is a secondary highway and so not that busy, but there are certain times of the day where that's going to be busy, as the general public is going to use that highway in order to access the beach. And that is one of the roads it takes to get to Aspen Beach Provincial Park. So it might be busy in the afternoon and in the evening as people are leaving the lake for the day. This is site number 79, just to give you a reference point as to where we are. Let's speed up this camera. I'm going to take you directly to the dump station. For sewage, fees are $5 for registered campers, payable at the permit registration booth prior to your dumping. There are 5 stations which are pulled through, and once you're done here, it takes you directly out to the main road. We're going to follow that path, but instead of going out the campground onto the main road, we're going to turn left and head back into the campground onto the main road. This path for a while is paved. Heading straight though, we are going to head into the campground. We're going to pass the public washrooms on your left-hand side. Again, we're going to get to those at the end of this video. The next loop I want to take you to, you can turn right to go to loop F. Straight takes you down to the boat launch, but we're going to turn first into loop C. Loop C has sites from 85 all the way to 141. These are all power sites. The water is accessible at 3 different locations where there are pumps, and there are 2 bathrooms in this loop as well. So we're going to speed this up a little bit quicker because this video might be getting a little long and you're getting a good idea of what these campsites look like. If you want to slow it down, you're welcome to do that and pause to check out these sites. But I don't think we need to do this at this driving speed, which is only 15 kilometers an hour. This now brings us to the end of loop C. We're going to cross the street and head into loops E and F. First, we're going to take a quick look at loop E. These sites are also powered. It goes from sites 188 to 213, but these sites are also big and give you lots of privacy. So we're going to speed these up a little bit again so we can get to loop F, because I want to show you the tenting sites. There's also some double sites that I have never seen before at Provincial Campground and found them quite fascinating and something that we definitely need to take a closer look at. Here we are entering loop F. In this section of the campground, there are no sites on the right-hand side at this point in the campground. There's a lot less trees in this area. This seems to be the busiest part of the campground just because there are a lot of people and things going on, even though at this time it doesn't look that busy. But you do get to see a lot more of your neighbors as you're camping because there's not as much tree and ground cover here. We're going to speed up a little bit and I'm going to go to the spot where you do have a few tenting sites, specifically set aside tenting sites at the Brewers campground. Check these out. This is site number 296, 295, 294, 293, and 292. These unserviced sites are $35 a night. Now these next group of campsites are right along the parking lot side, so you've got a great view of the water, which is great. I just have to admit that when I'm done with the crowds, I don't want to be near the crowds, and so I'm not sure I'd pick these sites, except for the fact that these sites are combined. So you've got sites 261 and 262 side by side. Next you've got sites 259 and 260, which is great, as if you're coming camping with another family, you can have your sites nice and tight together, your awnings touching if you wanted to. There's lots of parking there in front of your group site, and there are still some trees to give you a little bit of privacy, but I have to tell you, you are going to get noise from the people that are coming to enjoy the lake, because Gull Lake is very busy in the summertime. So you have to pick and choose which site is best for you and which site you prefer. But just as another couple different options for you to choose on where it is that you'd like to camp when you're visiting Gull Lake. These ones are a little bit further back from the lake. They are still also a double site. So we might just have to give that a check and try that out next summer and see whether we like that location or not. In the background, you can see the camp store that's there available for also the public use to use, and a few more of these combined sites. If you've stayed in one of these sites before, I'd love to have your feedback on whether you enjoyed it or not, or whether it was too close to the lake, what your thoughts are. We're going to end here, loop F. We're coming back to the main road. So if you turned to your left like that truck is doing, you're going to head to the public washrooms and the exit, but we're going to go right and head towards the lake. Now there is a parking lot for those campers that have boats and want to park their boat and trailer there. There's a large sand play area on my right hand side there. You can see the kids enjoying that. The camp store is also on the right hand side of the road. Yeah, there we go. We get a good view of the sand area. And next, here we have the camp store. The bike trails are awesome in the campground as well, and I'm going to show you a little bit of us riding our bikes through the campground so you get a good view of what that looks like. There is the gate that stops the public accessing the campground. The one side on the right is the public parking and the public lake access. Where we are driving right now is the campground access to the lake, where you can unload your boat and park it in the main parking area. So let's just take a quick look at that as we drive around. Yesterday it was a crazy busy, hot summer day, and today it is cold and feels like fall. You can probably hear the wind blowing in the background of all the audio recording that I'm doing here just because of how cold it is. But it gives us a great opportunity to see the lake without a lot of people on it, and that's not a perspective you get very often when you're visiting Gull Lake. So here is the parking area for boats, trucks, and trailers. And now let's head back to that public showers that are free and that I want to give you a good tour of so you can get an idea of what those look like on the inside. This shower had not one option, not two, not three, 5 options. There is the women's option, accessible option, inclusive option, family option, and men option for where you choose to use the washroom and use the free showers. So let's go in. Because I'm a lady, we're going to check out the women's and see what the bathrooms look like. One thing I do appreciate with public bathrooms like this is that the doors are from the ceiling to the floor. And so it gives you an added amount of privacy in them. There's also an accessible bathroom in here as well. And now we're going to go check out the showers. And I do appreciate when we do have shower facilities that there's an outside bench so that you can put your clothes and towels there and gives you a little extra space. The showers were simple showers, as you can see. They just are push button and they work. Let's speed up and go check out another bathroom. We're going to go check out the inclusive one and see what that has to offer here in this campground and in this bathroom. There's the men's. Didn't go into that, of course. And back into this bathroom. So I promised I'd show you a little bit of the bike trails between the two campgrounds. This is a bridge that connects the two campgrounds to each other, and we're entering into Brewer's campground. Driving now into the public side of the Aspen Beach Provincial Park, crossing by that gate that blocks off the entrance to the public, to the campground, and let's go check out the lake. On the left-hand side, you can see the large playground that's available for the public to use, and also the ample parking on both sides of the road that's available for anyone using the day use area of Aspen Beach Provincial Park. Let's go drive onto the lake itself because the water was really low and the beach went for a very long distance. So come on, let's go check that out. At the far end of Loop C and B, there are bike trails that will take you to Lakeview Campground. And there's a boardwalk that you get to drive over and different paths to take. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of the trek back to Lakeview Campground because that's where we are staying for this camping trip. If you enjoyed this video of Brewers Campground, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. We're on a mission of reaching 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and you can help me achieve that with you clicking on that thumbs up button that you like this video and clicking subscribe. Thanks for helping me and the people in our community to learn and grow. I love creating this content for you. It brings me so much joy, and I'm so thankful that I found a kindred spirit in you. Hope that you love camping or learn to love camping as much as I have. Because trust me, I did not grow up camping in my family. We did a little bit here and there, girls camp, but since we've been married, it's something that my husband and I with our kids have loved doing. And there are so many beautiful campgrounds all around us, but especially in Alberta, which is near and dear to my heart because this is where I was born and raised, and Alberta is just a gorgeous province, and there's so many great campgrounds that are here for you to enjoy. So hopefully I've helped you find one more campground that you want to experience for yourself.